What is going on, everybody? I'm back making another video, and I'm back in Bee Swarm Simulator. The update for Bee Swarm is really soon, just a few weeks away. We're going to be getting the Beesmas update, and hopefully a bunch of in-game items and new mythics and a ton of other stuff coming with the Beesmas update. If all of this stuff doesn't come during Beesmas, I'm pretty sure he's just going to have another update like a few weeks after or a month into Beesmas, or maybe even after Beesmas. All I know is that all this stuff is coming soon, except nobody but On It really knows exactly what order everything is coming or if it's coming all at once. But yeah, I have a lot more new information that I didn't show you guys on the last video. If you guys didn't see my last Bee Swarm video from the other day, that was me initially looking at all the leaks. Well, actually not all the leaks, but a lot of them. A lot of stuff that I haven't seen yet, because a bunch of stuff has been coming out these past couple of weeks that we've never seen before, and we've pretty much been waiting on this update for well over a year. So yeah, I have a lot more new information that somebody else sent me that I didn't cover in the first video. But like I said, if you haven't seen the first video on all the leaks coming really soon, go watch that one first for a little bit more context, because I'm going to kind of skip over some of the stuff that I already covered, except for the stuff that I didn't like fully cover. I'm going to go a little bit more into detail if like I didn't explain it good enough. That's pretty much the point of this second video. Somebody else sent me a bunch more information because he said that I didn't cover everything, so we're about to cover the rest. Also, I wanted to go into the test realm, and I really wanted to play in the test realm for this video, but I didn't know that you had to be accepted into the test realm group to play in the test realm. So I tried getting into the group and asking in the Bee Swarm Simulator Discord how I get accepted to the group, and pretty much what everyone said is that On It's not accepting anyone else right now, so I'm a little bit out of luck. I really wanted to play in the test realm. Maybe On It will let me in if I can contact some people, but yeah, no test realm in this video. I literally tried recording this video yesterday, like in the test realm, to test a lot of the stuff myself, but like I said, couldn't get in the test realm. So let's get right into the leaks, everything that I didn't already cover in the first video. Alright, so this guy DM'd me earlier today, and he said, I watched your video about the new things being added to Beesmas. However, Extreme, the guy that sent me all the leaks the first time the other day, he didn't go too much into depth, or he didn't explain some things that need explaining. So this will mostly be pictures of other leaks from other people videos or some of my own. First of all, the second image is not real. The face is, but it was a recreation. This is the actual bee from Bee Swarm Leaks Twitter. So this is what the new red bee might be looking like. Apparently the other image was fake. It was just a recreation. So this might be what the new red mythic looks like. I guess it looks like a pretty plain mythic. Maybe this is just the actual leak that we got, but it's not finished yet, because On It did say that he's not really finished with all of this. He said that he's like 60% done the other day. I saw that from somebody. But yeah, maybe it's just not completed yet, but this is what was actually leaked. The other one was just a concept or something. I don't know, but most of what Extreme said is true. I'm going to just give you some more depth and visual stuff. Buoyant Bee itself doesn't transform bubbles to golden bubbles. It's the golden bubbles that do. So we actually never even read the actual stats of the Buoyant Bee, so let's read a little bit of this. I didn't know that the actual stats were released, so this is good stuff to know. It has Blue Bomb Plus. Everyone kind of knows what that does, just a blue bomb. Inflate Balloon. So these are the new abilities. It actually has quite a few new abilities, so let's read all these. Increases the pollen in the balloons on your field by 5%, a little bit more per level. So if you level the Buoyant Bee up a lot, it's going to increase the pollen in the balloons even more. Then it spawns a blue balloon for 20 seconds, 2 extra seconds per level of the Buoyant Bee, with your capacity that scales with bee level and your capacity. Pollen collected from flowers near the balloon is increased by 10%, 20% if blue, and added to the balloon instead of your container. Upon filling up or timing out, your balloon floats back to your hive. If gifted, this has a 5% chance plus 1% per level chance to summon a golden balloon instead. So pretty much the higher level the bee is, the more golden balloons it spawns, the longer the balloons last, and the better multipliers of pollen that the balloons actually give you. So you got to definitely level up your Buoyant Bees as high level as possible for them to be good. Here's the gifted ability. If you gift your Buoyant Bee, Surprise Party summons a golden balloon plus 1 every 5 levels for all players. So if you have like a level 10 Buoyant Bee, it'll spawn in 3 golden balloons. If you have a level 15 Buoyant Bee, it'll spawn in 4 golden balloons. And if you have a level 20 Buoyant Bee, because it says it's only plus 1 for every 5 levels, so you have to go from level 15 to level 20 to get that 5th golden balloon spawn, which is pretty interesting. Going from level 15 to level 20 on a bee is a huge jump, but that's what it requires to get that final golden balloon. So maxed out blue players using this are going to be a little bit more overpowered. Okay, let's continue reading. Then it causes all balloons to spawn random ability tokens for a few seconds. Golden balloons gain bonus pollen, increases with with bee level, and transform nearby balloons to golden and transforms nearby bubbles to golden bubbles. So there's balloons and bubbles, which collect 50% more pollen and have a chance to spawn honey tokens. If you have triggered a supreme party within the last 6 minutes, performs inflate balloons instead, always spawns a golden balloon. And then there's a passive called Balloon Enthusiast. When converting from balloons, this bee has 3x convert amount. Additionally, this bee's base attack scales up to 3x with Balloon Blessing. So there's a lot to take in there. These new balloons are a really complicated mechanic. So the Buoyant bee spawns in golden balloons, but the Buoyant bee doesn't transform bubbles to golden bubbles. That's what the golden balloons that the Buoyant bee spawns in does. So I guess that should clear up a little bit about the new blue mythic. It's pretty complicated. Even, I mean, I've read over it a time or two. I don't really fully understand it yet. We're probably going to have to, you know, actually play with the bees and figure out how to use it before we fully understand how it works. I mean, just reading all of the abilities, it's kind of a lot to take in. There's a whole bunch of tiny stuff that happens with the balloons and the bubbles, but yeah, we'll see exactly how they work whenever we actually get to use them in game. I really wanted to show you guys how they work in the test server, but not in the test server yet. I'm gonna have to beg on it to get in. So this is some more images of what the balloons look like and some bubbles. This looks like a golden bubble, so I guess if a golden balloon hits the bubbles, it'll make them golden and make them better. Here's some balloons with different multipliers of blessings going into the hive. So this balloon with a way higher blessing has way more honey in it. Balloon blessing x40, 2.2x capacity, 1.6x honey at hive, 5% more honey from token. So that's a 40 balloon blessing, which is almost as much as this 37 balloon. So you can get your balloon blessing really high and have a ton of capacity and get way more honey at the hive. So this might be really good for blue players. Blue players have kind of needed a buff for a while because blue has been the worst hive color for a while, like, you know. And he also sent me a little video, so let's actually just look at this. I guess this is the test planter right here in the middle, and he has some balloons and golden balloons floating around. This is obviously in the test server because he has completely like maxed honey. And there's also, dude, this stuff is so cool. Look, all the amulets and your game passes and your gear is down at the bottom. And then I guess these are all your passives and stuff from your bees. These are down at the bottom above your hotbar. And then up at the top is all your multipliers. So like when you get baby love, you get focus, you get flower multipliers, you get haste. All that stuff is at the top now, so it's separated from this other stuff, so it's not just a huge line of things at the top and you can't really tell what's going on. So I think this is one of the coolest parts of the update, honestly, having like the amulets and the passives down here separate from all your abilities. So let's just rewatch this video. It looks like this is the new test planter. I don't know exactly what the test planter is going to do. It looks like it's giving these like abilities up in the top left. So yeah, there's a lot to take in from this little video. There's a whole bunch of new stuff coming to the game, but I guess that's why he sent me all this information, to explain it a little bit better, because yeah, I didn't explain all the new stuff good enough in the first video. So when you collect underneath balloons, the pollen goes into the balloon and not your container. It will then go back to your hive balloon after it times out or fills up, which will increase the balloon blessing. Hive balloons deflate, and how fast it deflates depends on how much pollen is higher than your capacity. The blessing will not go down though. Any blessing lower than your current blessing will refresh your current blessing. So you just keep stacking your blessing up higher, kind of like what is it called? The bubble power or whatever. I'm not a blue hive, so I don't even know how you like build up your blessing for a blue hive. You pretty much already have to do that though with the bubbles. Balloons will convert some of their pollen into honey tokens when Windy Bee's tornado collects pollen beneath them. So there's a whole bunch of different abilities and stuff that they have, which is really cool. So here's 59 million honey from a balloon and 583 million honey from a golden bubble. So whenever you hit those golden balloons into bubbles, I guess having a ton of tadpoles and a ton of this Buoyant bee to have a bunch of bubbles and a bunch of balloons is going to be really, really strong for blue players. So if you're a blue player, this is going to be good for you because white and red hives have been dominating for a long time. Bee changes to GUI, passives appear above your hotbar, and equips and game passes appear beside the hotbar, which is what we just saw a second ago in this video. All the passives are down here, all the amulets and gear and game passes are down here, separate from your abilities. So that's really nice. I like that change a lot. Here's some other small changes. Bumble, 1.1x cap, Cool Bee and Rad Bee, 10% to 15%. Looker Bee, it's getting nerfed from 50% to 25% critical power. Rascal Bee is getting buffed a little. Bucko and Riley are, getting buffed a little. Commander, nerf. So Commander's not going to be as important for critical chance, and Looker's not going to be as important for critical power. Those used to be two of the best bees that you want to get early on for the extra critical chance and critical power when you get them gifted, the gifted hive bonus. These are gifted hive bonuses, I'm pretty sure. I mean, let me just double check. It's been so long since I played Bee Swarm. Yeah, 50% more critical power for the gifted Looker Bee, and then the Commander Bee gives 5% more critical chance. So he's nerfing this. I actually didn't expect him to nerf those bees. Bubble and Fire Bee are going from 1.5x to 50%, which is kind of a nerf, I guess. 50% isn't, yeah, that's a pretty interesting change, going from 1.5x to 50%, which is kind of a nerf if there was a bunch of other multipliers to stack that 1.5x on. Frosty and Demo Bee are getting a buff. Exhausted Bee is gonna have a 20% white field cap. Diamond Bee, conversion rate. Shy Bee, 5%. Bee ability pollen. What is bee ability pollen? Bee ability rate, like bar? I don't even know. Okay, so a bunch of small changes to some of the bees. The UI is also getting a rework. It's gonna say common bees, rare bees, epic bees, legendary bees, mythic bees, event bees. So I think this is a pretty cool change. A complete UI redo. As you can see, the passives down here, the game passes, the gear, and the amulets on the side. I really like these changes a lot. Brand new items. I don't need to go into depth for them as the description says it all. So, okay, so here's the field dice. Boost a random field, 100% more pollen for 15 minutes. Smooth dice boosts 2 random fields for 200% for 15 minutes. So it's pretty much a double die. If you get 1 smooth dice on a field, all you gotta do is glitter it once and then it's a 3x. And then loaded dice boosts 3 random fields with 300% for 15 minutes. A bit biased towards the field you are in. So you actually want to stand on the field that you're going to boost. Usually people are like, don't stand on the field that you're about to boost. The dice will know and it'll select every other field to give you on the field dice. But it says on the loaded dice, a bit biased towards the field you're in. So hopefully it actually gives you what you want. So you don't waste loaded dice, because these are probably going to be expensive. You can have 50 field dice, 25 smooth dice, and only 10 loaded dice. So if you get a loaded dice on the field that you want, that's already a ×3. But since he's changing it from ×3 to ×4, if you saw last video, you'd know about that change. Like I said, go watch last video because I covered a lot more other stuff already. But yeah, he's changing the field booster that you use dice and glitter on from 3x to 4x. So you can have a max of a 4x on a field. So if you hit 1 loaded dice, that's a 3x, and then you just glitter the field and it's completely maxed. It's a 4x. And he mainly did that because he's nerfing jelly beans, which is good. We don't really want jelly beans to be super overpowered, because then you have to rely on a limited amount of jelly beans every time you want to boost, and you know that's no fun. Pink balloon floats in the field for 3 minutes, storing and doubling pollen you collect beneath it. It then floats to your hive. Red balloon, 3 minutes, stores up to 5x your capacity and works best with red flowers. White balloon, 5 minutes, stores up to 10x capacity and works best with white flowers. Black balloon floats over the field for 5 minutes. Oh wait, so the white balloon and the black balloon are 5 minutes, stores up to 25x capacity and increases pollen inside 4 times. So it looks like the white balloon and the black balloon are most certainly the best ones, especially for me because I'm a white hive. It says that this one works best with white flowers, and this one gives you 25 extra capacity and increases the pollen inside by 4 times. So these balloon things you can have them in your inventory as well. I'm guessing that these are going to be used for boosting. They're definitely going to be used for boosting, and they're going to change the game up right during the start of Beesmith, and nobody's going to know how to boost correctly. But I mean, I guess that's kind of the fun of it. Everyone's going to have to experiment and figure out how to do a good boost with all these new items. Custom flames, they will appear dark red for flames that are not yours. This is really good so that you can actually tell which flames are yours. It's really hard to see this, but I'll try to zoom it in on the video. As you can see, like right here are dark, like bubbly flames that are totally different from the normal flames. So pretty much your flames are going to look different than everyone else's. So you can actually tell which flames are yours. So that's good. Here's some more images of the new puff shrooms. Normal, rare, we already saw these. And this is an epic puff shroom. We actually haven't seen these. And this is what one of them looks like. Why is it up on top of like the meteor area? It's not even on a field. Puff shrooms are like mini sprouts. Collect collect pollen in the field to pop them, they'll give rewards, and spread spores around fields that will create more puff shrooms. Alright, that's interesting. New planters that will passively collect, and you'll be able to speed up the process when bees go sipping nectar from it. The yellow planter takes 4 hours to max out, but gives 25 rewards. The magenta planter takes 1 hour to max out, has a lower holding capacity, and gives 10 rewards. They occasionally can spawn puff shrooms. Other items can be obtained from planters. So I don't know if these are going to be particularly good for boosting, or if these are just to like get rewards. I mean, either way, it's going to be fun for players that play all the time. If this is just like a passive rewards item, we need some more passive items to just like grind on, because if you're not doing a boost and you already killed all your mobs, and like for an in-game player, there's not too much to do. So if we could have some things to grind and collect materials to get more prepared, that would make it a little bit more fun. So this is the plastic planter, the test planter. Hard whack has a 50% chance to improve a bee's bee quip. Honeysuckle makes bees instantly convert some pollen into honey when your bag becomes full. Soft wax has a 100% chance to slightly improve a bee's bee quip. And a whirligig swiftly carries you and your bees back to your hive, so it's pretty much a teleport. You get nectars from harvesting planters, or when your bees go convert some pollen at the planter. You can get different nectars from different fields. So these are the different nectar types: refreshing, comforting, satisfying, motivating, and invigorating. So this one gives blue, red, and a little bit bee ability pollen, and it's also for coconut. So this is the only time I would use this one, is if I'm boosting coconut. And it looks like all the fields are split up too, like the colors. So the comforting one has a little bit of blue convert rate, colorless convert rate. It looks like this one has some good white pollen, and it's also on pineapple and sunflower. So I'm probably going to use this one a lot. This one has some good white pollen on the fields that I mainly boost. And then motivating will give blue convert rate and bar. It looks like you would use this one on like spider field, because I'm a white hive. And invigorating, this one just gives like bee attack, red pollen convert rate, and you can actually use this one on the ant area, but not really any fields that I would boost. So yeah, interesting. I don't know exactly how these nectar things are going to work just yet. There's a lot of new stuff coming into this update. On it accidentally put this into the test realm relating to the new red mythic and the in-game equips. I don't know exactly what I'm looking at in this image. Ooh, what is this? This might be the new in-game equips. Look at this laser beam right here that's like going to a marked area, and then there's another marked area right here. So I don't really know what this stuff is, but maybe new in-game equips. I don't know what this huge red blob over his head is. Maybe an in-game equip? I have no clue. And that should be most of it. This is just to get you more caught up in the test realm and explaining some other things that weren't explained much. Actually, a new zone behind Stump, and Stump Field is also larger. And then he said, alright, that actually should be it. Other than the fact that Digital Bee could possibly become obtainable. Not every leak was from me. Some were from videos, players, and Bee Swarm leak Twitter account. So this might be a new area behind Stump. As you can see, there's a little part of the stump right here. So I'm guessing this new area is going to be up in this part of Stump, like back behind the pineapple patch in the Stump area. New little area. I don't know what's going to be in here, but it's just a new area leak. There's also been like a 50B area leaked for a long time, or a 40B area at least. We have a 35B area up here by the Windy Zone. This was like the last new areas that we got added into the game up here. But I've seen some leaks of like a 50B area and all kinds of stuff. So the update should be really, really soon. I'm going to get back to grinding. I'm going to do a ton of boosts. I'm going to collect a ton of materials for the next couple of weeks and just try to save up as much materials, as much honey as I can, so that I can get all the new in-game items for you guys, and I can make as much honey as possible during Beesmas and make a bunch of good content. So if you guys are excited, make sure you hit the like button, comment some more ideas for future videos down below, and subscribe if you have not already, because like I said, this update is really soon, and I'm going to be making a ton of videos on all the new content, and I'm about to go get back to grinding right now so that I can actually be rich enough to get all these new in-game items. I heard that some of them are just like way too expensive, but we'll see. See you all in the next one very soon. Peace out, everybody.